Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this October the 13th, 2025 City of Farmington Planning Commission meeting. It's been a while. Happy to see everybody except for Mr. Steve here, but I'm sure he's here in spirit. Could we have a roll call, please?
Absolutely. Crutcher.
Present.
Gray.
Here.
Cometto.
Here.
Majoris. Manti.
Here.
Perot.
Here.
Westendorf.
Here.
Thank you, thank you. Item number 2 on tonight's agenda, approval of the items on the consent agenda from all the way back in June 9th of 2025. Do we have any comments, questions, concerns on those minutes from staff or from commissioners? All right, seeing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll support.
Motion made and supported, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Item number 3, approval of the regular agenda for tonight. Do we have any, it's kind of light tonight, but not that it's not important. Any comments or questions from commissioners? All right, seeing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve regular agenda.
Support.
Motion made and supported, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Item number 4, unfinished business.
No unfinished business tonight.
Outstanding. Item number 5, new business, master plan update. And we'll also be getting to an appointment of the Capital Improvement Steering Committee concerning the Planning Commission representative. So, Mr. Weber, if you'd be so kind.
I have a presentation on the television, just a couple of slides. Wanted to update you on the progress of the master plan. First of all,
Right.
thank you to Miriam, Ken, and Dan for serving on the steering committee for the master plan, and thanks to Dwayne for helping us select the consultant at the beginning of this project. The project in its entirety is known as Farmington Forward 2025, and it is a big project. It is covering quite a few things. The final document will be 8 chapters long and covers large areas like the community engagement, land use and housing, a downtown plan, a mobility plan, a Parks and Rec master plan, and then an implementation matrix for getting this all done. Most of those components would be the same from prior master plans, but there is a new chapter that we're adding, which is the mobility plan. We heard from the public and the steering committee that non-motorized transit is very important to the community, whether it be walking, biking, or other means of transportation. And so it was important enough to get its own chapter in our master plan and get its own analysis. We've been meeting on this project since January. We've had 6 steering committee meetings so far, with the last one being in September. There will be a public open house happening at the farmers market this Saturday, where information and display for what we've come up with so far will be shown to the public, and they'll be able to weigh in by reviewing boards, placing sticky notes where they have emphasis or comments or things that they approve of or disapprove of, whatever the case might be. That same material will be available online as well through early November. So we'll be letting the community know that that's there for them. It's not quite set up, but the link will be live this week. And then once we get all that community feedback, the steering committee will meet again in November, and then in December, materials will be ready. Some important dates for the Planning Commission. In December, the Parks and Rec plan will go to City Council for their review, and the downtown plan will go to the DDA for their review. In January, all the documents will come before the Planning Commission. There'll be a presentation by our consultants, OHM, and then the ask then will be to open up the public comment period, which is a 43-day period where people can look at the plans and prepare their comments and bring them back to the Planning Commission in March. And then in March, you'll have the public hearing, you'll hear the comments from the public, and then you either decide to revise the plan based on the comments or approve the plan at that point. So that's just a rough sketch of what the timeline would look from here. In the meantime, if you're interested in the materials that have been prepared to date, they're all available on our website. I've got a screenshot of our website. That's just the opening page of www.farmgov.com. And on the very opening page, you'll see halfway down, circled in red, a button that says Master Plans. And if you click on that button, it'll go to this web page, and at the top of the web page is a variety of information, but of specific interest is where it says resources. And if you click on that link, it will take you to this page, which has every presentation packet for all 6 steering committee meetings so far. It has the community engagement information that was garnered from the first round of community engagement, which occurred back in May. And then it has the existing conditions technical memo by the consultants as they reviewed the conditions in Farmington. So that's where all the information's at. If you want to take a peek at what's there, there's information about all of our parks and what they see there. There's information about our current land use and proposed changes. There's not very many changes to the proposed land use. There's focus areas in the city and what the community has indicated and the steering committee, those areas of interest might be developed, different concepts. Some are just layouts of buildings and parking spots, and some are 3D renderings. And so that's pretty interesting there as well. There's also a mobility plan, so you can look to see where we've come up with improvements that might make sense to connect not only our city, but our city to other cities around us. So all of that would be out there. They're all PDF documents, and I encourage you to take a look through for that information. So if there's any questions, I'd be happy to take them now.
So I just had one point, and this is just the analytical OCD in me. There's a couple of spots. There's one in the OHM site, the Farmington Forward site, where it still references Kate Knight. And Jessica Westendorf is fantastic at what she does, filling in. Those are big shoes to fill. So I just want to make sure that she gets the recognition that she gets with all this, because this is kind of new ground for the city, and there's a lot of, work from her side that goes into it, and she's kind of a one-man band. So I saw a couple of spots, and just so that we could just give credit where credit's due.
Yep, absolutely. We'll make sure that
Yeah,
gets.
and then obviously, everything with the city, we make sure that we have all our ducks in a row too, but it was just one thing. I saw it once and then I saw it again. I was just like, nope, nope, nope. So,
Yeah, we'll make sure that in the final
deal.
document, she's.
okay, thank you. Any other comments or questions for, got a lot going on with just this one activity, and it's really cool that all of us have been involved for so long, and now we're kind of seeing where the rubber hits the road, and and we got a partner like OHM to kind of shepherd us through this. So it's very cool.
And then anything you can do to reach out to your friends, family, anyone who lives in Farmington, encourage them to reach out and comment on these things, because this is really, as you know, this
Yeah.
is how we make decisions. We get the information from the public, and it helps us guide where the city moves going forward.
Yeah, and you had mentioned about doing something at the farmer's market and being involved like I have been over the years. We've collected analytics, oddly enough, even though it's a farmer's market. We've collected analytics that way, just with people putting stickers on where you're from, what brings you here, a couple of different questions that people can do just passing by, and we got a lot of engagement. Yeah. Because on an average day, there's 3,000 people there. And people stop and they do, they will partake in stuff like that.
They absolutely do. We had over 500 people at the farmer's market weigh in for our
Yeah.
study, which is amazing. And
Yeah.
I think it was as high as all of our other means of outreach to the public.
Yeah. It's neat to see, because it puts it into perspective too, because it's not just, our, 12,000. There's so many communities, there's dozens of communities that people come into our town, every week. So, yeah, very good to see, really good to see. Yes, sir.
Mentioned that other than the farmer's market, which will hopefully get, a ton of feedback, right? You mentioned the online survey portion of it. How is that word being spread to hit, as many people as possible? Do we have like flyers they're passing out, or is that like Facebook page, or?
So definitely social media. We're still considering exactly where to post information about that and whether we'll contemplate doing a physical mailer to every address, or we posted in the paper last time. So several different channels. We're trying to figure out exactly how we want to do that.
Sure. Which one of those is the most beneficial way to contact people? But different people, see it in different places, so.
Kind of that shotgun approach, as many different ways as we can get it out there, the better.
All right. Seeing no other questions, thanks very much. The second point under new business, the appointment to the Capital Improvement Steering Committee. Traditionally, we've been sending Mr. Steve, and I think he's done a fantastic job representing all of us. Barring any other interest, I'm sure he would be more than willing to represent all of our smiling faces and concerns. And seeing that nobody has an issue with it, if we have a motion.
I'll make the motion to appoint.
Support.
Motion made and supported. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Steve. All right. Item number 6, update on current development projects. Mr. Man About Town, Mr. Weber.
Sure, I thought I would relay today. The question came up before the meeting, how is the Hillside Towns condo project going? It's going along well. There are 7 total buildings conceived in the development for a total of 53 units. You can check their progress actually on Robertson Brothers' website, but of those 7 units, 5 are under construction right now. Those are indicated on the map on the screen. There have been 17 units already sold. There is a model site available for people to go through, and there's one quick move-in unit available. And so this map will tell you which of the units that are constructed. The ones in red are the ones that have been sold. The ones in blue are available. Purple is the model home. So construction is going according to plan. It's really neat to see the progress they're making and see that development progress.
When do they anticipate completion?
They should be working next summer, 2026 summer.
So the sold ones, people have actually moved in?
They haven't moved in, they're just purchased.
Purchase agreement.
Are any of them completed and occupied?
None of them are occupied today.
Just checking. Yeah.
Yeah, coming right along. All right. Anything else?
Other than that, we're working on probably for our next meeting, we have proposed development down at the Rustic Pub and surroundings. So
Really?
It'll probably come before the Planning Commission next meeting. And we're working with the Citgo gas station that's down in the corridor by the winery, and trying to get them back before you
Okay.
with a new site plan.
Good deal.
What about the other housing project on Grand River?
Yeah, so that's the Legion
Legion, yeah.
Square. So they are waiting on one more permit from the state to come through so they can start construction, but they are anxious to start.
Very good. Small town, lots of activity, though.
Yeah.
That's how we like it. Keeping us employed. All right, thank you very much. Item number 7, seeing that there's no public to comment. Do we have any planning commissioner comments or questions for staff?
I do.
Yes, ma'am.
I noticed the Los Tres Amigos, the expansion that we approved a long time ago, is just about done. But when you're approaching it toward Grand River, there's kind of a large cement wall between it and the Art of Investing. That I don't, actually, I looked, it's not in the original plan. Was that something added after the fact?
Yeah, there wasn't
I mean, I'm assuming that's a firewall.
Okay.
it wasn't a plan, and that's exactly the reason. It's a code requirement.
Gotcha.
That'd be solid wall.
It's being examined right now for its shape, though. I don't know that that shape was what was ultimately
Yeah.
approved. So they're looking at that with the contractor that
It
constructed.
goes like very high above.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think that's gonna change.
Anything else for staff from the commissioners? All right, thank you very much. Seeing that we got through the agenda, well done. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
A motion to adjourn?
Support?
Motion made and supported, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much, everybody. Good night.